After years of using an Apple Watch and months of using this Fitbit Air, it's time to break up. All right, that may have been a little bit dramatic, but I am serious. I think it's time for me to part ways with smart wearable watches, fitness trackers, things like that. In this video, I'm going to explain a little bit of my journey and kind of what led me to this point of being able to say that I think it's time to break up with these things. All right, so for a little backstory, about 3 months ago, I sold my Apple Watch Ultra 2. It was the creme de la creme of Apple Watches, if you will. But to take it even further back, that was my second or third Apple Watch. I had been in that system for a while. And when I first bought one, it was for a couple different reasons. Certainly the fitness tracking, closing all the rings. I wanted to hold myself accountable. I wanted to make some changes to my lifestyle. And it worked for a while. And on top of it working in that regard, I also got all of the added features of having an Apple Watch. That was getting my text messages, all the other notifications as well, for better or worse, which I'll talk about. I was able to ping my phone when I lost it in the couch. I was able to skip ahead podcast ads when I was walking without having to take my phone out of my pocket. There was a lot going for it, but what I found over time was I was starting to get more annoyed than anything. Fitness tracking, it was fine to gather data. It was fine to let me know what my workout was like, but ultimately it wasn't changing really my behaviors. I was going to go for that walk either way. I was going to go for that bike ride either way. It was just telling me stuff that I already knew. I knew how hard my workout was based on how I felt, and I started to have this feeling of like, why am I wearing this? I don't really care about the rings anymore. I'm just tracking a workout if I go and work out. It just didn't feel like it was really fulfilling everything that it originally once did for me. On top of that, the notifications certainly got really, really annoying. And I know you might be one of those people who's jumping to the comments, Brett, you could shut those notifications off. I get it. But if I'm going to do that, I'm just gonna not wear a smartwatch. That's the point of it. Another thing I noticed was like, I always have my phone in my pocket. Always, 100% of the time. Except for right now. It's right next to me though. I don't need both my wrist and my pocket chiming all the time when I get a text message or anything. So across the board, I was just getting inundated with notifications. Hey, it's time to stand up. It's time to do all of this stuff. Hey, we got this promo email that doesn't matter to you. Here's your spam call coming in for the 10th time today. Just like so much stuff always coming in multiple places. So I realized that I was starting to get a little bit sick of it. And then I started getting a little bit of an itch to start wearing some real watches. And I had tried getting into regular watches before with the Apple Watch, but knowing how expensive the Apple Watch was, I felt guilty wearing a cheaper regular watch and having the Apple Watch just sitting in a case or sitting in my drawer. So for a little bit, I had been going back and forth. Do I sell it? Do I not? I'm not really sure. And then I saw that Google/Fitbit announced the Fitbit Air, this guy right here. So this was only a few months ago. And I thought, this is perfect. I can switch to regular watches, wear them on my regular left watch wrist, and then I don't quite want to break up with the fitness tracking just yet. So I'll get the Fitbit Air. It's $100. I'll wear that and I'll be good. This will be like my little carryover. This will be testing the waters to see if I can really commit to watch life and not smartwatch life. So I did. I got this, and it's been fine. It does what it's supposed to do. It tracks the steps. It tracks my workouts. It does all of that. But what I have realized in this switch is all I'm doing with these devices is just gathering data. I'm not using it to my advantage. I'm not changing my behaviors because of it. I'm not listening to its advice when it tells me, hey, your readiness score is low because you didn't sleep as well. You should take it easy today. None of that matters to me. I'm either going to go for a walk or a bike ride or I'm not. It doesn't matter what this thing tells me. And even after the workout, sure, I have data about the workout. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. So this is me personally. You may be hearing this and you're like, Brett, how can you not care about that stuff? How can you not change your behaviors because of it? I just don't. I think it worked for a while, but then I got overwhelmed by it. There was even a negative side of it where I was starting to kind of resent the thing if I forgot to wear it, oh, did that workout even count? You know, there's a whole psychological component to it that I think once you turn that corner, it's hard to ignore how unnecessary it is for much of us in our daily lives. So yeah, I've had this one, the Fitbit Air, for the past couple months. I got it around the time that I sold the Apple Watch, and I kind of had this realization over these last few days that all I do is put it on, and I occasionally open up the app to see some stuff, but that's it. I'm like, if I'm wearing this just to wear it, what's the point? Why do I even care? I'm not going to change behaviors because of it. So it's time to say goodbye. So that's where I am. I think I'll be selling my Fitbit Air as well. In fact, when I say I think, I'm 99% positive that I will be selling this. I won't be able to get much for it because it is, you know, $100 new. So it is what it is. I don't want to generalize across everyone, but you do tend to see trends with tech and fitness tech specifically. Prime example is Peloton. During COVID, Peloton was huge. I mean, people couldn't go to the gym, so everyone just got Pelotons for their houses, and then they became really expensive clothing racks. So I do wonder if maybe these fitness trackers will start to fizzle out at some point. I don't know. Again, I don't want to speak for everyone. I'm only going to speak for myself here, but yeah, I think I'm ready to say goodbye. What I'm excited about is the watch collection that I have started, and I'm not buying expensive watches. I'm not buying a lot of brand names, but they are fun to collect and they're fun to have different styles, and it's just nice to not just swap out the straps of a smartwatch, but actually have a different look and feel to every watch that I wear. This one was like $30. It's a Casio. I do have one G-Shock. I have a couple that are from AliExpress. I have the Casio Duro. Again, that's like a $50, $60 watch, somewhere around there. And it's just nice to be able to have some different looks and feels depending on what I'm wearing, where I'm going, things like that. So it's kind of a random video, given I usually just talk about cameras and audio stuff, but let me know if this was interesting to you. Be sure to like and subscribe if it was, and we will see you in the next video for probably more regularly scheduled programming, but let me know if you have any questions in the comments, and yeah, if you're thinking about making the switch to regular watches, I support it.